findings of our comprehensive, thorough, and independent investigation, coupled with the medical examiner's determination that Mr. Gray's death was a homicide, which we received today, has led us to believe that we have probable cause to file criminal charges.
Marilyn Mosby, welcome to the hottest seat in America. You're the top lawmaker in Baltimore, the person who must decide when the law's been broken to the point of bringing criminals of any stripe to justice. And you are the one who is dealing every day with the clamoring of a community that sought answers, a national media corps populated by those with solid partisan agendas and a severe lack of any real understanding what it takes and how long it takes for a thorough investigation of any kind to come to any conclusion, and a police force that was ready to slam back as hard and fast as they could that all you were doing, they say, was caving into those who demanded something publicly said in order to keep the criminal element from roaming the streets with no concern about life or safety of others as they sought out other businesses in their own community to plunder.
In my 20 years career as a law enforcement officer and 16 years as an attorney, I have never seen such a hurried rush to file criminal charges which I believe are driven by forces which are separate and apart from the application of law and the facts of this case as we know them. No one condones police misconduct. This is especially true of the entire FOP membership, including my client, who is a 17-year veteran of this department, who has dedicated his life to serving the public. Let me state in no uncertain terms that Lieutenant Rice and all of the officers involved at all times acted reasonably and in accordance with their training as Baltimore police officers.
Well, therein lies the root of this national issue, the training that those officers received, because let's drop all the rubbish for a moment and get the law enforcement elephant in the room out of there. Freddie Gray most likely didn't snap his own neck. He likely didn't willingly slam his head into the side of a police van wall. And for any cop in the van at the time to say they cannot for the life of them figure out how his injuries were suffered makes one believe in the Helen Keller's School of Police Investigations. This is supposed to be and hopefully will be about justice, no matter where it takes you, Madam Mosby, or anybody else. Then again, there are those who have already pointed out the obvious in this case. Again, one of those statements few are ever willing to make in public, but those who fear no backlash and are seeking fact never shy away from.
These indictments seem to me to be more a function of crowd control than justice. The state attorney really announced this in a way that was designed to prevent riots. And then the mayor outrageously talked about there will be justice for the victim, for the family, and for the people of Baltimore, without even mentioning justice for the defendants. Remember, the Constitution provides for justice only for criminal defendants. There's nothing in the Constitution about victims or the people of Baltimore or the family. The people who have to get justice now are these police officers who are still presumed innocent but are being treated as if they are absolutely guilty.
Shouldn't surprise anyone this investigation took substantially less time than credible law enforcement investigators would believe is the minimum. Also no shock there is indignancy on the part of a police union, or the one of the finest legal minds in our generation sees through it with ease. Here's what's been badly and unfortunately missed here. This is, according to many, a reason to celebrate, a reason to party in the street, a reason to break out big smiles, hoot and holler to the skies about the wonderful tidings that have descended upon us. Don't believe me? Believe the web headlines that have made the rounds and pointed to those like the people in the background at Mosby's press conference, celebrating indictments for murder. At the risk of being called insensitive, callous, racist, naive, or just plain blind to reality, I'll say it out loud. What the hell is wrong with you people? Seriously, celebrating indictments? What does that say about us as a society? These are only investigative findings of a government agency, and we've all witnessed firsthand, either through being part of the machine or watching it unfold in front of us, how the investigative braces always seem to get it spot on, right? So let's celebrate, let's party, let's revel in guilt before the trial, before a jury gets their take on it. Let's make sure the sycophantic broadcast and internet media lemmings can rub their dirty hands with glee about the possibility of more rioting, more fires, more looting. Maybe they get lucky to see someone's skull bashed in on live television. Highlights at 11. Seriously? Celebration? What the hell is wrong with you people? Take a break, step back a minute. Let's wait, let's look for the fact. This is not a time to celebrate. It's a time to find the truth. And then, if there is indeed punishment, punish those who deserve it. That's my opinion, telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here Thursday on the fastest 60 minutes in news talk. This is The Hard Line.